Yeah. Eat 'em up, yum yum. Eat 'em up, yum yum. Yo, what's the science, fam? What's going on? It's your boy JC, the hip hop junkie, Ronald Beats and Eats, with another episode. Yep, we here. We're not going away. Going young. Yeah, had to tap in with the younger generation. It's only right. It's only right. So yeah, that's what we got to do. But again, before I get into anything or what we're doing, our guest or whatever, have to talk about the food. Our guests, they always want to know about food. Like I said before, in the beginning, we would just eat and we wouldn't talk about the food, and our audience would be like, "Oh, what are you eating? It's cool. You're talking and everything, but what are you eating?" So now we just kind of say what the food is, and
Right.
food is today we're having canes because our guest wanted canes. Spoke to his pops. I said, "Yo, Pete, what does he want?" He's like, he likes pizza, he likes sushi, he likes canes. And it's funny because he said he likes sushi, he likes pizza. He said those, just the food in general. But when it came to, like, he could have said chicken strips. No, he said canes. So I knew right there and then he liked canes. He liked canes. So what our guest wants, our guest gets. So with that being said, allow me to introduce our guest for today. That's right. Beat Junkie. Tiny Humanz Krew. I'm telling you, man. Yo, what we're about to talk about right now, yo, doing it. But with that being said, DJIZLOH. How you doing? How you doing?
Good.
Thank you for coming on and hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, good with your Kings? Cool. We're good with Kings. Yeah. Fam, like I said, Tiny Humanz Krew. Yo, really, shout out to the Beat Junkies. Shout out to the Beat Junkies. I can't say all the names. Babu, Rhythmatic, Chalk, Melody, J-Rock. I know there's more, but but shout out to them, what they're doing. Cause somewhat the same. What we're doing here is we're building a platform. We're trying to build a platform for DJs and producers. And what they're doing is teaching how to DJ. And it's dope because anybody can go. And for those that know the Beat Junkies, you should know world famous Beat Junkies. But for those that don't, and some of our, followers and audience, these DJs are dope, man. These DJs, I'm telling you, man. A lot of them DJ back in the day for Power 106, 92.3 The Beat. A lot of them were in those eras back then, with hip hop, when it was at an all-time high. But long story short, so yes, they have this school now where they teach kids and people how to do it. It doesn't matter what age you are. So they went and they're teaching the youth too. And they formed this little crew called the Tiny Humanz Krew. And a bunch of younger kids, ranging from like 12, 13, 14 around there.
I'm the youngest.
Oh, okay. There we go.
And then the oldest is in college.
Okay, see. Dope. But and is this part of the Tiny Humanz Krew. So how you doing, this? How's everything?
Good.
You've been busy. You've been real busy. How was the DMC?
Pretty nice, nerve-wracking. It was my first time ever.
Really? And I heard you did pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, where did you place?
It's for West Coast Regionals, I placed second runner-up. And then I ended up going to nationals. And then I didn't place there, but I competed.
He's not trying to be modest. I did good. Oh, you did damn good. How old are you?
14.
14-year-old. High school kid. What, freshman? Yeah. But he's humble. See that? You see that, fam? How he did that? He was just like, I did good. No, he did damn good. You did damn good. Yeah. That's dope, though. That's dope because I can't cut. I can mix. I can blend. But I cannot cut. I could never get that. For the life of me, I can never get that. Just, I guess like people would say 2 left feet. That's kind of what I am. So, I mean, what got you into DJing?
So basically DJing was in my family, like on my mom's side. Uh, like a ton of my uncles were DJing.
Mm,
And just music has really been part of my lifestyle, my
mm-hmm.
life. Like my mom is always telling me that ever since I was like little, and ever since she had me,
Mm.
like was pregnant with me, like she would always listen to music.
So it's always in you. Um, so what did you listen to? What was your mom listening to that as you be coming up to now that you're 14?
Ever since I was little, she was always listening to definitely hip hop,
Okay,
and
okay.
then
So you're a hip hop baby. You're a true b-boy. Okay, okay.
yeah, and then she listened to reggae too, a lot
Mm,
of reggae
mm-hmm. Nice, nice. Any favorite reggae groups that you like listening to?
that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Or singers.
I would say probably like Revolution is a good one. Um, Common Kings, maybe Ellie Mac, she likes a lot.
Oh, okay, okay. So and then so what was she listening to as far as hip hop? I'm interested, and pops too. Like, what were they listening to? Because I know they might have some of the stuff that they like, but also they had their own that they preferred.
Yeah. So my dad grew up in the Bay, so he listened to a lot of Bay,
Yee!
hyphy.
Let's
Yeah.
say what on the bay. Yee!
And then my mom listened to a lot of like West Coast a lot,
Okay.
like Cypress Hill. Um, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So at one point, you listening to it, you seen your uncles and stuff like that DJing. That's where you wanted to DJ.
yeah.
So how did it come about? You just went to your mom and dad and said, "I want to DJ."
They kind of introduced me to it.
Oh, okay.
Um, my uncle was gonna actually teach me, but he unfortunately couldn't.
Right.
But they like directed us to Beat Junkies, Beat Junkies
Oh,
Institute of
okay.
Sound.
Okay.
Yeah,
So your mom and dad kind of like told you, "Hey, there's these the Beat Junkies, and they teach kids how to DJ."
yeah. And they asked me if I wanted to DJ, and I'm like, sure, I'll go try it out. And
Right.
then
Right.
here we are.
It's a good thing you did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're now pretty damn good at it too. I mean, you're only gonna get better, you know. But yeah, like kids in general. Is there a lot of your friends that DJ? Do they know that you DJ?
Um. Yeah, like my close friends do.
What do they say about you being like? Do they know about the Beat Junkies and this? Because for us, Beat Junk is huge. Do they know that they're huge, or they just think we're some old guys?
Didn't really know a lot about it.
Okay.
Sometimes I try to introduce them to it,
Right, right.
and they're like willing. Yeah.
So you being okay, this is cool. Like we're talking right here because you know, I've had conversations with some other guests about younger generation and the music, the hip hop. So you being young, you being younger and listening to hip hop. I mean, obviously you were turned on to boom bap. You were turned on to boom bap,
Yeah.
but your friends aren't into boom bap. They listen to kind of what's on the radio, right?
Yeah.
Unless you turn them on to them or you tell them about it.
Sometimes I talk about it. But yeah, they listen to a lot of newer stuff.
Like newer stuff like now, right? Like Playboy Cardi, like whatever with the cat,
Yeah.
like Trippy Red. So, do you like listening to these newer groups, or your preference is kind of like boom bap? Are you in between with both?
I mean, I don't mind listening to it. Sometimes I enjoy listening to it.
Right,
I do have a bit more preference because I grew up listening to more older, like 90s. Yeah.
right, right. Okay. Um. So trying to like you're feeling the song, okay? You're feeling the song, like okay, gangster. You're
Hmm.
feeling the song from Gangstar. Good. There's a good chance that your friends don't know who Gangstar is. When you ever show them like, yo, this is it right here. This is it. Do they kind of look at you like, are they kind of open with it?
They're open.
Oh, all right, that's dope. That's dope. Would you say that you're finding that kids your age are getting into more of the boom bap type of music?
I know some people that listen to like older. Yeah.
Okay, and does that have to do with just their preference? Or obviously their parents had probably or cousin and uncle, showed them,
Yeah.
but yeah, do a lot of them is their preference because it's something they picked up?
I would say it's sometimes from the parents, sometimes they discover it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's dope. That's dope. That's good to know. See, fam, younger generation, they mess with the hit. They mess with boom bap, man. It's music, and that's the whole thing we're trying to do. We want to fuse. Not, I mean, obviously we're doing DJs and producers, but we want to bridge that gap of the older and the younger generation. Because we all listen to hip hop, and we have some of us that listen to some of the newer stuff, and then some, you guys, you younger generation that listens to some of the older stuff, but it's all hip hop. But uh, DJ, so I met your dad a couple years ago, and I was blown away. I was just like, wow, look at this kid right here. And it was funny because I was walking out. I was actually leaving, and he was coming. He was getting something to eat, and he was coming in. And he was like, "Yo, what's going on?" He thought I was somebody. I thought he was somebody, and oh, we're not. But then we're just like, yo, we just started talking, and that's when I said, "Oh, your son is that kid who was DJing." He was like, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "Man, let me get him on my show." So he was like, "Yeah, yeah, you've been busy." Busy kid, really big busy kid. Besides being a great student, A student, right?
Yeah.
See, besides trying to balance that and being a Tiny Humanz Krew and Beat Junkie, he's doing it, but um, he kept, trying to get a date, and we were like, okay, so finally got a date, but I found out something. So I found out that he started spinning vinyl. Yo,
Yeah.
see, fam, there's hope, man. There's hope. The younger generation, they're not gonna let it go. They're gonna hold on to this hip hop, you know. But yeah, when your dad said that you started spinning vinyl, and he was like, yeah, man, he has me going out and getting vinyl, getting them for him and everything. That was cool. That was cool, So we're gonna be blessed today because again, younger generation, younger kids, they don't know vinyl unless they're told about it, so they're born into the world of technology. And so, they only know like Serato or, that's what, digital. That's all they know. Um, Again, like I said, unless they're told. Uh, but so was brought into that world of, digital, but he took it upon himself to wanting to DJ vinyl. That, that was, that's the thing. That means he loves that. It's in his heart. Um, so since you've been spinning vinyl, I gotta ask, how do you like it? And what do you prefer?
Vinyls fun. It's cool. It's definitely a bit different than Serato, but it's cool. Yeah.
Right. So if you had to choose between one or the other, I have to you have to break down. I like Serato better, or do I like vinyl better?
It's difficult. They all have their
I'm gonna
perks.
put you on the spot.
Okay. They all have their perks and stuff.
Right.
The culture for like vinyl is definitely Nice. I like it.
So do you feel, because I've talked to other DJs, and they say the feel's different from vinyl to planes. Do you feel this? You feel the same way?
Yeah. Because like Serato, you just have a vinyl and it just plays the same tone, and then with the records with the vinyl, it can skip. So you just have to have like a lighter touch. It's different. Yeah.
So you have to adjust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't really have that much of a heavy hand.
Yeah.
But if you do have a heavy hand, it's how your flow is on it too. Yeah. But okay, that's dope. That's dope. Any particular uh, vinyl? I should say like system that you like working with.
What
As
do you
far
mean?
as like, so not everything. It's either like a lot of people use the what is that? The rain.
Rain?
And then it also be use what is it like? What's the route where you use plates? Like if it was actually just on vinyl. Because I seen the two different, and I was wondering like, so what's see? Because I really don't DJ like that. I'm on vinyl,
Yeah.
so I'll be honest. I'm not educated as far as that goes, and I've learned so these are a lot of questions that I do ask,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Is there any difference between the two that you like, or to you is it just the same?
For vinyls, it's definitely you have to feel the music more.
Right.
And it's cool like that because you get to be more involved with the music instead of like looking at a computer and then just typing stuff.
And by you saying that, so like with vinyl, you have to really follow the beat per minute.
Yeah, you're more involved.
Yeah. Whereas you're saying so like as far as digital, you you don't have to follow it as much as you do it as far as vinyl, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope, man. So, but I like I said, just wanted you to come and hang out with us and eat a little, talk a little. Like I said, I want our audience to see you. That's what I wanted. The kid that I saw that day spinning and other events that ever since then kind of build a relationship with your mom and your dad. We see each other around and it's all love. I wanted my audience to see you. But I really appreciate you coming down and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
It's not it because we're about to do another part of this where you entertain our audience. So, go ahead and keep eating, and then, yeah, we're about to jump in this. Yo, fam, you already know this is that part of the show where we ask our guests to entertain our audience. Well, we're about to be entertained. 14-year-old man doing his thing on vinyl, went and learned vinyl, was in the digital world. What? Yes, that's what I'm saying here. So, yo, fam, man, you already know. Go get something to eat. Go get something to drink. Bathroom. That other thing that I always tell you about, but I won't because we respect it right here. So, but yeah, go do that, yeah. And we're about to jump onto the other side. For those who don't know, I gotta keep saying this, but 2-part show, interview on YouTube, performance on Instagram. We're on stories and we're on highlights. That's where you catch the performance part. So that link right there, it says it. If not, type that shit in. Jump on board with us. Be a part of this. We're doing this for DJs and producers, but guys like this coming up and holding it down. Yes, thank you very much for
Thank you
hanging
for
out with
having me.
us. We're going to come back right now. It's your boy JC, the hip hop junkie, Vinyl Beats and Eats, DJ Izloh. Oh, man, what more do you want, man? Like Old Dirty Badger said, Beat Junkies for the children, for the youth. Yo, again, thank you for hanging out with us. We're about to jump in it. One night. Yeah.